Hello friends and technology lovers, how are you? I hope everything's great. We're back with this OUKITEL WP210 5G, a rugged smartphone that promises to be practically indestructible. And I ask you, a phone with an 8800 mAh battery that withstands drops, water and dust with a Dimensity 8200 processor in a device that weighs 300 grams. Does it sound good? Could it be true? Let's get to know it in today's video and let's put it to the test, because we're going to drop it, we're going to get it wet, we're going to throw dirt on it, and we'll see. Is it really worth spending $369 on this tank with Android? We're starting in today's video, so get comfortable and join me here on TechCraft. Let's discuss OUKITEL, a brand we're very familiar with on this channel. We've tested everything, power banks, power stations, and rugged phones in which they've specialized, all with huge batteries. They're not as well known as Samsung or Xiaomi, but in the niche of rugged phones, they're making quite an interesting name for themselves. Is this WP 210 5 grams their most serious bet for 2025? It's great for athletes, mountaineers, or anyone who spends time outdoors and needs something that lasts. It needs to be efficient and work relatively well. And be careful, because we're not talking about a brick with no features. It's a device that comes with 5G Android 15 and specs that can compete with many premium smartphones. So let's take a look. Let's see what came inside the box. We'll do a quick unboxing and I'll keep telling you more about this one. OUKITEL. The box is striking, elegant, and aggressive with its color combination and carbon fiber-like finish. On this part, we have an orange stripe on the left that runs to the spine and another section on the right. Here we have the brand name OUKITEL, the model WP210. At the top right, we can see that it's powered by artificial intelligence. It features 5G and a sticker at the top edge that tells us we can reach up to 36 gigabytes of RAM, 12 plus 24 expanded, and with 512 gigabytes of internal storage. Let's open it and see what's inside. As you can see, the first thing you notice is the phone. Here we have this root jet from OUKITEL. As you can see, honestly, it's pretty thick at first glance. I'll leave it here. Let's keep removing things and see what's in the box. Warranty certificate, papers, and user manual. And finally, we see here at the bottom that we have the charging accessories. We find this 45W adapter and adapter that's pretty good. This is a standard USB-C to USB-C cable, which comes in the box with the OUKITEL WP210. There's nothing else here. It doesn't include a case or accessories. Alright, let's take a look at the device. Let's take it out of its plastic. Well, at first glance, honestly, the phone is quite surprising. The finish honestly looks quite solid, consistent, and very well protected. But the case is already included since I didn't see it in the box. And that's why I was surprised that a root jet doesn't come with any case. But it's already integrated into the device's chassis, as you can see. A plastic case, but in this case, it's not flexible, it's not a fully silicone case, it's more like a hard little plastic. The first impression is solid. It looks and feels like what it is. A phone designed to withstand anything. The finish is good, it doesn't look like a cheap phone, and the active matrix organic light emitting diode screen is the first thing that caught my attention as soon as I turned it on. Let's discuss its finish. And that's one of the key points of this device, because visually, like I said, it's definitely robust, but it's not ugly. Have they managed to give it an aggressive physical look, but at the same time, make it elegant? It measures 163.6 millimeters in height, 77.8 millimeters in width, and has a thickness of 13.4 millimeters. As for the build materials, the frame is made of reinforced aluminum. And the back blends elegantly with this triple camera module. And it's finished with a texture, as if they were three-dimensional diamonds. In this case, in this gray color. A gray that's kind of bluish, it's quite nice. And below, we can find the UKIT badge. On the top edge, we have an infrared sensor to control devices. On the right edge, we have the volume up and down button on the same key, and the lock and unlock button. And on the bottom edge, we find the only main speaker it has. The USB-C charging port and the SIM card tray, since we have a dual SIM card slot. On the left edge, we have this little red button, a customizable button for shortcuts, like opening apps, creating shortcuts, and so on. As I was saying, on the back, this camera module has a metallic finish around it. It's kind of circular, although it also has some geometric finishes. As mentioned, there are 3 cameras and an integrated flash. This phone has IP68, IP69, CAM, and military standard 810H certifications. What does this mean? IP68 means standard water and dust resistance, while IP69K means resistance to high pressure, high temperature water. And the military grade certification means it meets United States standards for resistance to drops, vibrations, extreme temperatures, and humidity. As for the front display, we have a 6.7-inch active matrix organic light-emitting diode screen with a full high-definition plus resolution of 1080 x 2400 ppi. It has a 120 Hz refresh rate and is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5. As you already know, it's quite resistant to scratches and impacts. A brightness of 500 nits that can be seen perfectly under sunlight. With a pixel density of 394 pixels per inch, it offers high density. The overall finish of the phone, as you can see, really reminds me of an iPhone from the front. I don't know if you feel that way, but that's how it seems to me. Now let's talk about the technical specifications, because this is where this WP210 has really surprised me, and in a good way. And that's because it comes with a processor, a MediaTek Dimensity 8200 octa-core at 4 nanometers, which can reach up to 3.1 GHz. It's a powerful processor. It's from the premium flagship segment, so to speak, not from the basic processors that many rugged phones usually have. So it's going to give us smoothness, multitasking, and also super fast and very smooth information processing. However, I have noticed that it gets a little warm since it dissipates heat around the frame with this metallic frame. It has 12 gigabytes of physical RAM, expandable to 24 gigabytes, and 512 gigabytes of internal storage. You can also add a microSD card up to 1 terabyte if needed. It comes with the Android 15 operating system, the latest version. The interface is essentially stock Android. There's no custom skin to slow the phone or many pre-installed apps. And honestly, this is really appreciated because it makes the phone smooth right from the start. It offers full 5G multiband, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3 near-field communication for tablet payments, and global positioning system with multiple positioning systems. The dual SIM feature is great if we want to use 2 cards, providing full connectivity for 2021. We've been testing different apps and games that also push the phone to its limits. And honestly, it performs very fast, very smoothly, so you'll be able to see with your own eyes how we ran Asphalt. Call of Duty, the Marvel game, runs smoothly with no lag. Now, let's discuss the camera. The main camera is 108 megapixels with a Samsung sensor accompanied by a 2 megapixels macro, and the front camera is 2 megapixels with a Sony sensor. It's not a 4-camera setup like other phones, but I prefer fewer cameras that work well over having many that are useless. And honestly, they look relatively good. The photos are really quite acceptable. And the front camera, yes, it's true that, well, it has limitations like all front cameras usually in this segment, and that's it. As always, I'll leave you some images, some videos that we've recorded both during the day and at night. You can see for yourself how these cameras work and what results they provide. We're using the OUKITEL WP210 is front camera in daylight with my arm fully extended. Max camera resolution, 1080 at 30 FPS. This is how the front camera looks and sounds. Judge for yourselves. Let's do a little backlight test as always. Let's see the lighting changes and also how the dynamic range works. But it seems to perform quite well. I see that the colors are a bit earthy, leaning a little towards brown. But the day isn't helping either. It's a bit cloudy, so this is the daytime test. With this front camera, now it's time for the rear camera. This OUKITEL WP210 is offering us a maximum quality of 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm walking in the east on uneven ground with my arms outstretched. This is how it stabilizes. Let's zoom in a bit. 8x, 9x, and 10x are the max zoom levels allowed, and the zoom seems to work well. Now we're at 1x. Let's take a look over there in the back. 1x to 4x. There it does lose a little bit of quality. Let's also test the autofocus as usual. Let's change the lighting here. Get closer to the leaves and see how it responds. It seems to have a bit of trouble focusing. It holds focus well at 1 meter, but when I get closer here, honestly, it doesn't respond effectively. This is the test of this OUKITEL. Let's go down to the ground with it and end up looking at the grass a bit. Here it does seem to focus a little better. That's it, judge for yourselves. OUKITEL WP210 front camera, arm extended at night. We're recording at 1080p 30 frames per second, which is the maximum it lets me record. With this front camera, I'm under the light. As you can see, no, OUKITEL WP210. There's a backlight behind me causing some noise. Let's wait for the car to pass. This way you can also hear the audio, and now we're practically in complete darkness. In this part, there's no light in the back. The light in front of me is from the street lamp, and now I have a backlight. This is how it looks and sounds with this front camera in nighttime conditions. Rear camera of this OUKITEL WP210. Max resolution, 4K at 30 FPS. Here's how it looks with my arm fully extended. This is how it sounds when the light changes. This is how the rear camera looks and sounds at night in its highest resolution. Here is also one of the standout features usually found in modern smartphones, which is the 8800 mAh battery with 45W fast charging. For reference, an iPhone 15 Pro has 3274 mAh, so this is nearly triple the capacity, and offers 10W reverse charging to power other devices. As for the speaker, as I mentioned at the beginning, we only have a single speaker, but it's a speaker that sounds pretty good. It surprised me, unlike typical shrill flat speakers with no bass. We'll leave a test here so you can hear the main speaker of this OUKITEL WP210. And that's it. After thoroughly testing it, checking out the different parts of the phone, and putting it through real-life tests, I'm getting totally the price, which is €369 discounted from €399. But for the features it offers, especially its durability and battery life, I think it's a very competitive price. It's available on the official OUKITEL Spain website and in some specialized online stores. And well, as always, I recommend them. Yes, but with some nuances. If you need a rugged phone for work, sports, or adventures, and battery life is important to you, it's an excellent purchase. If you're looking for a lightweight phone for casual use, you might go for other options, but the truth is that it's actually quite light. For $369, I think it's one of the best mobile options, Roget, especially in terms of aesthetics. So OUKITEL, congratulations, because you've done a good job with this eco-friendly device. And that's it for today's review of this OUKITEL WP210 5G powered by artificial intelligence. And well, I hope you tell me what you think in the comments. Do you have any rugged phones? Let me know. What has your experience been like? And don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. And if you liked the video and found it useful, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next reviews. As always, we leave you the description and the link so you can access all the marketplaces. And of course, if we have any discounts, it will stay pinned there. That's all for now. Thank you for being here, and may technology be with you. See you soon. Bye.